Welcome, 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 my honey buns. And I thank you. This is going to be just a few seconds of your time. I want to offer you a special for October the 29th and the 30th. Now listen, only the 29th and the 30th. I am going to be doing tea light readings for $30. Now, usually I don't do tea light readings over the phone, but on the 29th and the 30th, I decided to let you see my magic. All right? So, this will be by appointment only. Appointment only. And I am going to start at 11 o'clock a.m. and I'm going to finish up at 5 o'clock p.m. and that's my time. So book your appointment. They must be prepaid and it is only $30. Whether you come in or you call me, $30. The 29th and the 30th. So make plans. First come, first serve. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Kisses. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mama Eve and today's a good day. Today's a great day. Today is a fabulous day. But what's more important, today is your day. Today, I want to show you, my honey buns, how to make spell bottles. Yes, spell bottles. Why do people like spell bottles? Spell bottles are usually very intimate. They're very personal. So you can use them in many different ways. For instance, you can carry them. You can carry them in a mojo bag or a gris bag. You can actually keep them somewhere in your home. You could take them to work. You could leave them in your purse. So there's so many different ways that you can use spell bottles. So what is a spell bottle? A spell bottle is just that. A particular spell contained in a jar. Now, what kind of jar? It doesn't really matter. I've seen great big mason jars. I've seen little mayonnaise jars. I've seen little jars like this, which I have chose today because I love this size. I believe this is just the right size to put in my purse or to leave it somewhere where people wouldn't even see it other than myself. All right, but you can get littler jars, something like this. I've even seen them smaller than this, and people actually wear them as a necklace. Now, they're not difficult to make at all. And today, I want to show you how I would make 3 different types of spell bottles. Now, you're going to need a paper and a pen because I want you to write down some items that I would want you to use. And let's never, ever, ever forget, this is my recipe. These are my recipes. So you can alter or substitute any of these items to make your own special spell bottle. So the first one that I am actually going to be making on this video would be one for protection. Now, because of the sake of time, the other 2 I've already completed or almost completed. I might show you how I'm going to seal them, but I will tell you the ingredients that I use for each one. So, as I stated, the first one would be protection. The second one would be money, abundance. luck. That's the second spell bottle. The third spell bottle of today is kind of unique, but I think that it is so needed for some of my honey buns. This bottle will help with courage, braveness, and studying. What three things? Those, it's three different things, but they have something in common. The mind. I have concocted this recipe to help with you getting courage, but yet if you're a student, you may want to make this bottle, and it's going to help clear your thinking, help you focus. So even if you're trying to ace that test or pass that class, this would be a wonderful spell bottle to put in your backpack or your purse or your pocket and take it on to school. And listen, we can even do these for our little honey buns. Just put it right in their bags, right in their backpacks, and let them take it to school. All right? So, just for the sake of time, I'm going to be showing you how to do or how to make the spell bottle. Now, so you're going to need, once again, a jar. I'm using this one. And I'll try to give you some options along the way. So, even if you're using a recycled jar, it's okay. Just cleanse it, and I'm going to be smoking this out. And I just like to smoke my jars out just to cleanse them and get that energy that I want in my jars. All right? So I'm going to tell you, before I get it, now is the smoke is in, and I'm going to set it to a side. So for the first protection, I am going to be using, and we're going to layer our jars, okay? So option 1, you can use Cascarilla. Cascarilla is eggshells. Now some people say the eggshells and holy water, but it's very, very good for protection. It's also great as a chalk, but you can use this, but I'm not going to use this in my spell bottle. I'm going to use option 2, which is this red brick dust. I made this myself, but I'm going to be using this because it is absolutely great for protection. Next, I'm going to be using some Ruta. Ruta is I like to think of it as an all-purpose herb or flower. It is great for love, health. It's great for protection. So I want to put some Ruta energy in this spell bottle. Next, of course, what would be any better to use than sage? White sage. So we use white sage for cleansing and purification and protection. So I'm going to be adding some white sage. And I have here a peony. A peony is a bean, and it's red with usually a black little dot in the middle or a spot in the middle. But they're very, very good for protection. And I have here some black obsidian. So I'm going to be adding some black obsidian right in my spell bottle. Now, spell bottles are great, and we're going to see, but I want to say seal your bottles. But before you seal your bottle, the best thing that I can suggest, this is just a suggestion, put some of your energy in your bottles. So if you're like me and you have clients, ask them for a fingernail or a piece of hair or a piece of clothing, just a little bit. to go inside of their spell bottles. So it just make it more powerful. And you can decorate the outside with ribbon or charms, but what is most important, seal. Seal each jar. Seal each jar. What do you mean, seal each jar? You take you a candle and you drip wax over the top to seal it. So why do I like sealing my workings? Y'all know how I think of things. So let me tell you how I feel about it. If I'm mailing a letter and I just stick it inside of an envelope, but I don't seal it, it's a good chance that that letter is going to fall out. It's the same way with sealing your work. You seal it so the energy stays in. You seal it, because if you seal that envelope, you don't have to worry about what's in it coming out. It's the same thing. So let's just get started. So the first thing I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to be putting in my red brick dust. Now you can use salt here too if you want to. Any kind of salt. Himalaya salt, white salt, table salt. It's okay. So if you don't have something, don't get upset. Right? So, let's see if you can see that. That's my red brick dust. Next, I'm going to be putting in my Ruda. I love Ruda. So you see here, it depends on the size of your jar, but you really don't need a lot. And my peony is going right in, and my sage. Now, while you making your spell bottle, it'd be nice if you can play you some nice little music, burn yourself some incense. And I'm putting my black obsidians in. See? That's it. That's it. That's all. If you want to do another layer of salt, you can in here, or another layer of your brick dust, you can. You can even use black salt. You can even use black salt in here. Right? So that's your spell bottle. Right? So what I would do at this point is seal it. So how would I seal it? Just like this. So if I wanted to put a ribbon on, I would put a ribbon on. And the reason why I'm sealing the protection in with black is because, remember, black is a universal color. Black absorbs negativity. So that's why I would use a black ribbon and a black candle. But I could have also used purple, or I could have used white. So that's how you would seal it. I just would let all this and this is a penny candle, but once again, it depends on just what size jar you have. Now, real quick, I'm just going to tell you my items that I put in my money. All right, I use bay or bay leaf, right? So you can just use it like this, or you can actually write out your petition right on this bay leaf. Then I have allspice, cloves, a cowrie shell, which energy is money, and green aventurine, the fortune stone. So I have green aventurine. Now there's one item here that I want to talk to you real quick about. How many of us have honey jars? I will tell you how I feel about honey jars. I do not make them for myself. Now, if I have a client and there's a special request, I will make them. People have given me honey jars, and I was grateful. It's not something that I would make for myself just to make it. Why? Honey is too thick for me. Honey is just too thick. When I want to manifest something, I want it to come quickly, not slowly. I want it to come fast. I want it to rush. So for this one spell bottle, instead of using honey, I am using syrup. So I'm going to be using a layer of syrup. Now I could have also used brown sugar or white sugar or Karo sugar or Karo syrup. Any of that that's not as thick as honey. But this is already completed. And what I did was I put a little dollar bill in my spell jar so that the energy of it would bring me money. Now, if I didn't use that option, you can always write your petition or write how much money you need, write on parchment, roll it up, and insert it right in your jar. And let's not forget, my honeys, that I want you to seal. And you can use green, you can use gold, silver, you can use pink, you can use red. Not for love, but for magnetism. You could use purple, because this is something you want to conquer over. You want to conquer over your financial situation. So that would be the money one. And finally, this one would be for my students and to help those that need courage or just need to be stronger. So what I have in here, I have salt. I layered it with salt. Cleanse. I want you to cleanse your mindset. Cleanse your mindset. All right. Then I have mugwort. Mugwort is a visionary, so it helps with staying focused. Also, I have a herb in here called ginkgo biloba. A lot of us have heard of ginkgo biloba because ginkgo biloba helps us with our memory. So that's why I think this is wonderful for my students or those that are studying or those that like to read. This would be wonderful to add to this spell bottle. And I have clear quartz in here, which clear quartz is very healing and is very drawing. So now I want to heal my mind so that I can open up and focus. And finally, in my spell bottle, I am adding tiger's eye. Tiger's eye is a wonderful gemstone that will help with courage and strength. So yes, this is what I have in this spell bottle. Now, one other thing, if you're a student, because I do have comments where people want to know as a student what can be used to help. Blue calcite. If you have blue calcite, that is what I call my student stone. It will help you focus, help you not only focus, but remember and retain those things that you have studied. So you can also put some of that in your spell bottle. Now, I would use a blue candle to seal this. Blue for clarity. So I would use blue or orange. Orange is very good for concentration. So I would use orange or blue candle to seal my spell bottle. Well, I hope that this helped you a little bit, and I want you to try to make your own spell bottle. They're simple, they're easy, and they're affordable. You don't have to buy it. Of course, if you want me to make you one, I will. You just let me know. But try to make these spell bottles yourself. And make one for you, and make one for your children, make one for your partner, because they are wonderful to have. Well, it's been a good day. It's been a great day. It's been a fantastic day. But what is so important to me is today is your day. Kisses!
Yup.